Hello, good morning, dear students. So, today we are starting with the fifth chapter of our supplementary textbook, that is The Footprints Without Feet. And in this chapter, the story is about a scientist named Griffin, and he has invented a medicine, or I should say, such type of a medicines that if the person will consume, he will be invisible, but he would be able to walk, he would be able to move, he can feel everything, but he would be totally invisible. So it is a funny story. So let us just start with the chapter. The two boys started in surprise at the fresh muddy footprints of a pair of a bare feet. What was a barefooted man doing on the steps of a house in the middle of London? And where was the man? As they gazed, a remarkable sight met their eyes. A fresh footmark appeared from nowhere. Further footprints followed, one after another, descending the steps and progressing them down the street. The boys followed, fascinated, until the muddy impressions became fainter and fainter and at last disappeared altogether. The explanation of the mystery was really simple enough. The bewildered boys has been following a scientist who has just discovered how to make a human body transparent. Griffin, the scientist, has carried out experiment and after experiment to prove that the human body could be invisible. So, in the streets of London, the two boys had initially just observed the footprints, and that footprints were totally the fresh footprints of human beings. So they were just surprised that over here there is no one who is standing, or there is no one who is moving over here, or we could not see anyone standing or moving then from where that footprints are originating. So they were just gazing at the footprints and they started following the footprints until that footprints became fainter and fainter, and they were enough, and it was enough simple that from London there was a scientist named Griffin who had carried out an experiment that how to make a human body transparent, and he had just experimented that medicine on himself only. So, and he carried out the experiment, and after experiment he has to prove that the human body can be become invisible. Finally he swallowed certain rare drugs and his body became as transparent as a sheet of glass, though it also remained as solid as glass. So afterwards, after proving the experiment, he just consumed some of the rare drugs, and after consuming that, and after consuming that drugs, the body of the human became as transparent as a sheet of glass, and though it remained as solid as a glass. So it was not that the person could not see. No doubt, it was the figure of a human only, but it was such a transparent figure. Brilliant scientist, though he was, Griffin was rather a lawless person. His landlord disliked him and tried to eject him. In revenge, Griffin set on a fire on the house. To get away without being seen, he had to remove his clothes. Thus, it was that he became a homeless wanderer without clothes, without money, and quite invisible, until he happened to step in some mud and left footprints as he walked. So, he was not having a rich, or I should say, he was not having a good financial income. So, he was having living in a rented house. So, his landlord, he just landlord disliked him, and his landlord tried to reject him. So what did he do? He just set a fire on the house of the landlord, and to get away, as he has already consumed that drugs, it was not possible. It was very much easy for him to get away out of the fire as well, because he was totally invisible. So he just moved out, and as the house was set on fire, he did not have enough cash, or he did not have enough money, enough clothes to wear. So to save himself from all these things, he just consumed the drugs and made his body transparent. And he used to stay in the mud, but as he moved, or as he used to walk, the footprints were seen in the mud. He escaped easily enough from the boys who followed these footprints in London. And he had already observed that some of the boys were following this scientist in the streets of London. But his adventures were by no means over. He had chosen a bad time of the year to wander about in the London without clothes. So he did not think for when he set a fire on the house, he did not think for a longer period of time, or he did not thought for a longer duration. So what did he do? He had just chosen the bad time to visit the streets of London without clothes. He had chosen the bad time of the year to wander about London without clothes. It was a midwinter. The air was bitterly cold, and he could not do without clothes, as it was cold winter, so it was not at all possible for him to stay without clothes. So the last option that he was having with him was to make his body totally transparent. But no doubt, if the body is transparent, the body was having a feeling inside it. So it is but obvious that he would feel the cold, he would realize the cold. Instead of walking about the streets, he decided to slip into a big London store for warmth. So, as it was the evening time, so instead of moving in the streets like this for the whole night, he decided to visit or to slip inside a shop or a store for some warmth. Closing time arrived, and as soon as the doors were shut, Griffin was able to give himself the pleasure of clothing and feeding himself without regard to expense. So, as it was the closing time, he just slipped inside the shop and he was trying to save himself from the cold. He broke open boxes and wraps and fitted himself out with warm clothes. So, to feel the warmth, to get some warmness in his body, he just broke out all the open boxes and the wrappers that were fitted, and he tried to save himself. Soon, with shoes, the overcoat, and a wide brimmed the hat, he became a fully dressed and visible person. And after wearing all these things, he became a totally fully visible person. In the kitchen of the restaurant, he found cold meat and coffee, and he followed up the meal with sweets and wine taken up from the grocery store. Finally, he settled down to sleep on the pile of quilts. If only Griffin had managed to wake up in the good time, all might have been well. So, what he do? He had consumed some of the pills of sleeping, and he consumed the sleeping pills, and he just went to sleep off. But it would be very much good for him if he had just woke up at the proper time when the shops were supposed to be open in the morning. As it was, he did not wake up until the assistants were already arriving the next morning. As he had consumed that pills, he did not wake up until the assistants had arrived the next morning. When he saw a couple of them approaching, he panicked and began to run. So, when he had seen that number of people are coming towards him, and it was not possible for him to make his body invisible immediately, he need to have some time to make his body invisible. So when he saw that number of people are coming towards the shop, and number of people, when he heard the noise of the people, he thought that the people, it was a time of approaching, or it was a time of the owner of the store to arrive and to open the shop. So he was just panicked, and he opened the shutter and went out. In the end, he was able to escape only by quickly taking off his newly found clothes. So, at the end, he was able to escape by taking all the newly founded clothes. So, once more, he found himself invisible but naked in the chill January air. This time, he decided to try the stock of a theoretical company in the hope of finding not only the clothes but also something that would hide the empty space above his shoulders. Shivering with cold, he hurried to a dreary length, the center of the wood. He soon found a suitable shop. He made his way invisible upstairs and came out with later wearing bandages around his forehead, dark glasses, false nose, big bushy side whiskers, and a large hat. To escape without being seen, he callously attacked the shopkeeper from behind, but with he robbed him and of all and money he could find. Approaching, he panicked and began to run. He naturally gave a chase. So at last, when he just came out from the shop in the morning, and he was found with such clothes, means number of boxes and all. And finally he became invisible again, and he thought that now he would go to such a place where it would be very much easier for him to hide himself. And as he was just, he became he made his body just transparent. So what did he do to hide his body? He needs something, so he just purchased a jacket to cover his shoulders and nose, so artificial nose, so that no one would recognize him that he is a griffin. But when he just attached all these things, the jacket, number of rough clothes, and artificial nose and everything on his body, on his face, what happened, he was trying to escape from there. But when he tried to escape from there only, he just hit it with a he just met a man, and he just robbed everything from that man. But when he robbed everything from that man, he was again panicked that the man would not recognize him. In the end, he was able to escape only by quickly taking off his newly found clothes. So once more, he found himself invisible, naked in the chill January air. This time, he decided to try to stalk a theoretical company in the hope of finding not only the clothes but also something that would hide its empty space over his shoulder. Shivering with cold, he hurried into Drury Lane, the center of the theatre world. He soon found a suitable shop. He made him invisible upstairs. To escape without being seen, he casually attacked the shopkeeper from behind, after which he robbed him all the money he could. Eager to get away from the crowded London, he took a train to the village of Lepping, where he booked 2 rooms in a local inn. The arrival of a stranger at the inn in winter was, in any case, unusual an event. So, to save himself from the streets of London, from such a big city, what did he do? He just booked 2 rooms in a village hotel, and to have such unusual or to have such unfair person in a hotel, especially in the winter season, was totally not allowed. A stranger of such uncommon appearance set all tongue wagging. Mrs. Holson, landlord's wife, made everyone effort to be friendly, and everyone had the landlords and everyone in the hotel tried to make friendship with this unusual person, but it was not possible. But Griffin had no desire to talk and told her, "My reason for coming to Lepping is to desire for solitude. I do not wish to disturb in my work. Besides, an accident has affected my face." Satisfied that her guest was an eccentric scientist, and in view of the fact that he had paid her in advance, Mrs. Hall has prepared an excuse his strange habits and irritable temper. But the stolen money did not last long. Presently Griffin had to admit that he had no more ready cash. He pretended, however, that was expecting a check to arrive at any moment. Shortly afterwards, a curious episode occurred. Very early in the morning, O'Clally Graham and his wife were awakened by noises in the study. Creeping downstairs, they heard a chink of money being taken from the Clarimore's desk. Without making any noise and without a poker grasped firmly in his hand, a clergyman flung open the door and surrendered. So Griffin just talked to the owner of the hotel, and he has already paid some cash in advance so that they would not create any kind of excuses that strangers are not allowed in the hotels and everything. But afterwards, they found the wife of the owner of the hotel said that no, this man has already paid in advance, and the Griffin is also saying that he was just immediately affected by the accident, so the condition of his body is such that. But in the next morning, they found some voice. They heard some noise from the background, and the clergyman heard some noise. And what did he observe? That the Griffin was robbing the money. Then, to his amazement, he realized that the room appeared to be empty, and his wife looked under the desk, behind the curtains, everyone in the chimney. So, when they came to know that something is robbed from the hotel, they were just having a doubt on this man that the Griffin has robbed everything. But when the wife went into the room, she observed that everything was empty, yet the desk had been opened and the housekeeping money was missing. Extraordinary affair, the clergyman kept saying for the rest of the day, but it was not an extraordinary as the behavior of Mr. Hall's furniture the little later that morning. The landlord and his wife were up very early and were surprised to see the scientist's door open wide. Usually it was shut and locked, and for the furious, if anyone entered his room, the opportunity seemed too good to be missed. They peeped around the door, saw nobody, and decided to investigate. The bed clothes were cold. Showering to the scientist must have been up for some time. The stranger still the clothes and bandages, and they were always were lying about the room. All of a sudden, Mrs. Halls heard a sniff close to her ear. A moment later, that he had and the bedpost leaped up and dashed itself into her face. Then the bedroom chair began alive, springing into the air and charged straight her legs foremost. So they just observed that the griffin was not available in the house, and they were trying to judge that no, this is the only person who has robbed our house. As she and the husband turned in a terror, and they went into the room, the door was open, so they just went into the room, but they did not find anyone. The clothes were hanging, the clothes were lying on the bed. The extraordinary chair pushed them both out of the room, and they appeared, slammed, and locked the door. Them. Mrs. Hall almost fell down the stairs. She was convinced that the room was haunted by spirits and that the stranger had somehow caused these to enter into the furniture. My poor mother used to sit on the chair. She would think it should rise up again and again. So the child is also saying that it was their bad luck that the mother has given the opportunity to that man to enter into the room. The feeling among the neighbor was that the trouble was caused with witchcraft, but witchcraft or not, when news of the burglary at the clergyman's home became known, the strange scientist was strongly suspected of having had a hand in it. Suspicion grew even stronger when he suddenly produced some ready cash. Suspicion grew even stronger when he suddenly produced some ready cash, though he had admitted not for longer had money. The village constable was secretly sent for. Instead of waiting for the constable, Mr. Hall was signed to a scientist who had known mysteriously appeared from his empty bedroom. I want to know what you have been doing to my chair upstairs, she demanded, and I want to know how has it come to your empty room and how you entered the locked room. The scientist was all quick tempered now and became furious. You don't understand who or what am I? I shouted. Very well, I'll show you. Suddenly he threw off bandages, whiskers, spectacles, and even nose. I took him only a minute to do this. He horrified people in the bar, found themselves staring at the headless man, Mr. Jaffer. The constable arrived and was quite surprised to find that he had to be arrested, a man without head. So finally, the lady is asking to the Mr. Griffin that how did you enter into the locked room? What were you doing in this room? And after getting all this such type of questions from everyone, the people who were standing over there, I should say, he was totally panicked. So he just shouted at everyone that, do you people know that who am I? And the constable of the village was called, but they did not even wait for the constable. And when Griffin showed removed all the clothes, nose, spectacles, jackets, everything, and he was found that he is not having a head. So the constable is saying that this person should be arrested, and they arrested the person. And when they arrested the person at the last, they had observed, and then only afterwards, at the end, the Griffin said to everyone that he was a scientist and he was an unseen scientist, and there was nervous, excited cries of fooled him. But it was easier said that then. Griffin had shaken himself free, and no one knew to lay hands on him. And everyone thought that he is a scientist. Thank you.